Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be solving triangles using the trigonometric functions and the trigonometric identities. Pero bago tayo mag-proceed, isolve muna natin yung questions na binigay ko last premiere. Solve x. The equation x squared plus 3x plus 5 is equal to 0. Now, using this quadratic formula, which is minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac is equal over 2a. Now, this a, b, c is this one. This is a, the coefficient of x squared, and this one the coefficient of x, and this one is the constant. So the solution for this, we will let a, we will find a which is equal to 1 because this is 1, and b which is equal to 3, and the constant c is equal to 5. Now just substitute these values to this equation. X minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now, b of course is minus 3 plus or minus the b squared, which is equal to 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times 5, which is the a and c. Divided by 2 multiplied by the 1. Therefore, minus 3 plus or minus the product of this one, or the difference of this one, is equal to minus 11. Square root of minus 11 over 2. Now, sa calculator, hindi nag-i-exist, hindi ito ma-solve. It is written math error. Because why? Because the square root of minus 11 is will be like this square root of 11i, which is an imaginary number. So because I is equal to square root of minus 1. Therefore, we will leave the answer to be like this. Minus 3 over 2 multiplied by square root of 11i. So our question for today. Given two angles A and B such that sine A is equal to 4, 5 and tangent B is equal to 5, 12. Both angles are in quadrant 1. What is the value of sine A and B? Now, to solve this one, of course, when you say quadrant 1, it is like this. This is the first quadrant, this is second, and this is the third, and this is the fourth quadrant. So, both angles are on the same quadrant. That means, if we will see here, we'll see like this. We'll separate this one. So, there is an angle A. How much the angle A? It is A, sorry. And the angle B, both of them are on the same quadrant, quadrant 1. Now, here, what is given here is sine A is equal to 4, 5. Now, before we will proceed, we will review about the the trigonometric functions. They are the sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, cosecant, and secant. Now, here, what is given here is the sine, all in sine function. So, sine function, when we refer to angle A, sine function is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. So, in a triangle, for example, this is A. So this is the opposite, this is the hypotenuse. So, to take the sine A is equal to opposite over the hypotenuse. So, if we will make this one it is written here as the value is 4 over 5. That means this is, if we will make it as a triangle, the sine A is equal to 4, which is the opposite, over the hypotenuse. That means this is 5, because it is 4 over 5. It is like this. Sine A is equal to 4, 5, which is equal to opposite over the edge. Same is true when we talk about tangent. Tangent, it is in mathematics, it is the opposite over the adjacent, which we designate as O and A as adjacent. So, here, what is given is tangent B is equal to the opposite, and this is the adjacent, and this is the hypotenuse. So, tangent B is equal to the opposite over the adjacent, or it's given to be 5 over 12. Now here, what is required here is the value of sine A and B. Now, according to mathematics, the formula for sine A and B, this is a trigonometric identity. Now, here, we are looking for sine A. The value of sine A plus B is equal to sine A, this is according to mathematics, sine A cosine B plus cosine A sine B. Yan ang formula ng sine A plus B. This is a trigonometric identity. Now, but first, because what is given here is only sine A, which is equal to 4 over 5. The sine is 4 over 5, and sine B, so we have to solve first the cosine B and the cosine A and the sine B. But before we can find sine B, we have to solve first this one, this side. Now, if we have 4, according to Pythagorean theorem, the hypotenuse squared is equal to the opposite squared plus the adjacent squared, which is equal to, hypotenuse is 25, and the opposite is equal to 16, and this is the one we are looking for, the adjacent side, squared. Therefore, A, after simplifying, this one is equal to 3. That means this one is equal to 3. Now, the other side, this one, the tangent, which it is given to be, if this is tangent B, the angle B, it is given to be 5, because it is the opposite over the adjacent, so 5 over 12. Now, this one, using this formula also, which is the hypotenuse squared is equal to opposite squared plus the adjacent squared. Now, opposite squared plus 12 squared, this is the hypotenuse. Therefore, h is equal to 13. So, this is 13. Now, so from here, because we already find the side here, the side, and this one, the hypotenuse, therefore, sine A is equal to 4 over 5. Now we have to find the cosine B, which is equal to, from this one, from this diagram, because we are on the angle B, so cosine is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, which is equal to 12 over 13. Now, cosine A is equal to, we have to go to this A, which is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, which is equal to 3 over 5. Now, one more, it's sine B. So, again, we will go to angle B. Sine is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse, which is equal to 5 over 13. This is the sine B. So, see, sine A from this one, cosine B from the angle B, cosine A again from here, and cosine B from the B. Now, all this one, we will substitute to this formula, which is equal to sine A cosine B plus cosine A sine B, which is equal to sine A and B. Therefore, substitute the values. 4, 5 times the cosine B, which is 12 over 13, plus cosine A, which is 3, 5, substituting the value of sine B, which is 5 over 13, is equal to sine A and B. Therefore, simplifying this one, all sine A and B, therefore, is equal to, after simplifying this one, is equal to 63 over 65. Yan ang sagot natin.
Sorry, it's DJ.